Hello again, everyone, and we're back with some more 70-star Div 1 action. This time, Benji versus V1RO. As you can see, Benji in 6th place, V1RO in 9th. Should V1RO take this win, he will overtake Benji by a pretty decent point total. So this will be a great war of these players trying to get enough points to sustain their current placements in the leaderboard. I am Electric, and joining me in the booth yet again is Shantastic. How are you feeling, my man?
I am excited. That was an awesome match that we just saw. Just the most eventful kind of tippy you could possibly imagine. Heisenberger coming out with an upset win against Drozdowski. Exactly the excitement that I wanted to start off the Division 1 matches for week 6. And we got some awesome action coming up here in V1RO versus Benji. Benji, of course, having a very strong start to his season, and V1RO the same. They actually have identical records coming into this week. Won their first match, lost their second, won their third match, and are currently on an 0-2 losing streak, each of them. That streak ends tonight one way or another.
Exactly right. One of these players is going to come out victorious, and it'll ultimately determine who's snagging that 6th place spot until next week.
Exactly.
Although, of course, the Proto Man Tabaskoth match later on tonight might shake things up just a little bit more. But let's get over to the players. We see Benji with that face cam in that nice dark room. Both players setting up and getting ready for the race to start.
And one of the really exciting things about the way this league works is that winning and losing your match is not the only part of how your performance dictates your standings. Of course, based on your time relative to your opponents, even if you lose the race, you have a chance to earn up to 30 points. That is half of the total points you get from winning the match. So that is a lot. That is a lot of points for the taking. And based on that, we're seeing actually a lot of players with disparate records coming up with very, very close standings, even further in the middle. And that's a really cool dynamic because we're seeing Benji in that spot that he's in over in the standings, not quite so safe, only 6 points ahead of the players right beneath him. So it does have to show quite a performance here in order to secure his standings.
Yep. And we're off now. Benji repping that JP version, either for whatever reason doesn't own an English card or maybe just more comfortable with Japanese. Gonna lose about 2 to 3 seconds over the course of the run. True, that could be it. He might just really, really hate Peach's voice. Who knows? It's interesting how many little changes there are that don't actually even affect speedruns. Like, there's a lot of voice acting that isn't present in JP.
For sure. Just seems like all of the characters a little bit more kawaii, not opting to make their voices heard. Americans, notoriously obnoxious, love to be in the spotlight.
And they're off now. Benji going for the hardest Lakitu skip setup and gets it first try. V1RO looks like he's repping that long jump setup. As we're moving on into BOB for a nice bomb clip.
Very nice, both players getting that skip.
And Benji camera angle, he's doing island hop. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
A spicy start to this race. Let's see how this goes. Now, for those of you who might not be familiar, island hop requires a firstie here. He's going to be doing a wall kick in order to have enough speed. He gets that firstie first try. He's on there. Wow. Okay. Going to be saving, I think, about 4 or 5 seconds on castle movement and such over the sky jump.
So
already coming out to a nice little lead.
I mean, but like, obviously it's because it's in Japanese version, but you don't ever see island hop in Japanese version, because if you're going for super optimized island hop, you're usually running on US. So this is one of the cooler things that I've ever seen, is a 145 island hop, because how rare is it that you get to see a Whomps 10 in JP?
It's very rare, that's for sure. V1RO heading on into his slide. Benji, clean bomb clip to follow.
Oh, never mind. He didn't even do backflip strat. What a casual. I mean, honestly.
It's like he's not even trying to get a sub out. What? Okay, this run is already bonkers. What even?
What are these players? Are these guys even human?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know, but
call
what I do know
12-6
is
for
Benji's
Benji.
about to pull out a 12-4 with how he's playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll
gonna
be a
go for the
little
safe
more
12-6.
conservative and guess a 12-6 for Benji.
V1RO doing a little butt slide there on the way to Whomps Fortress. He's zipping toward that line. It's a 12-6, okay.
Very
Commentators
nice.
finally getting one right.
And yet still losing a 1/10 of a second to V1RO's slide. That's unbelievable. V1RO, nice cannonless.
Apologies for that little lull. We were actually high-fiving each other in the booth because that was the first one that we got.
I mean, you got to celebrate learning that the crystal ball is not a total scam, just a partial scam.
Yeah,
Just like Owless can be a little bit of a scam sometimes. Let's see if V1RO is able to make it work out first try, though. And it's good. Nice.
On a totally unrelated note, a public service announcement. Remember that if you are an actor and receive your script in the mail, make sure to wear your reading glasses before you read it. Do not want to get it wrong on set.
That's for sure. Benji getting very, very clean cannonless. V1RO moving on in for standard full cycle on 100 coin here.
Indeed, pretty standard cycle. Slightly easier, especially in Division 1 caliber play. Pretty free.
And very nicely executed movement.
Yeah, in fact, that was really good. He could have, with that caliber of movement, he could have gone for pro cycle. But obviously, best to play it safe here. Benji cleaning up some single stars. Probably going to be going for that 100 coin right now. And doing pro strat.
Yeah, let's see if he's able to hit this cycle here. Has to take kind of an awkward orientation around that coin ring.
Yeah, very interesting counterclockwise movement. Done optimally, I believe it does save time.
Should be good to go. Oh,
gets
a little bit of his speed there, but I think he's still good.
Yeah.
He's able to get on the platform just in the nick of time. Still even gets both of those first 2 coins.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. Commentator going to be suing his co-commentator for intellectual property theft.
Hey, if you hadn't said it yet, I mean, is it really intellectual property just yet?
The thing you didn't realize was it took me so long to say it because I was registering it with the the department. What was it? Library of Congress. And so it is a patented phrase. Yeah, you'll be hearing from my lawyers. Unfortunately, my lawyers are also your lawyers, which are the GSA lawyers. So it's going to be an awkward conflict of interest. But there's absolutely no conflict in these players' determination to zip through this Whomps Fortress.
That nice little bit of Mario landing sync there. Benji exiting the painting. V1RO entering the stage, going for Big Daddy Whomp. Benji just has to go grab the wild blue star real quick. Might look like he's behind, but if you look at that star count, you'll remember that Benji has that other BOB star already in his pocket, gets to go straight to CCM after Dark World. What he doesn't get to go straight to, though, is that wild blue star. Has to take an extra side flip, unfortunately.
And Benji going to be going straight to CCM after that Bowser in the Dark World, and that's going to save him a heck of a lot of time. Meanwhile, V1RO also playing extremely well, has yet to make any major mistakes, just happens to have gone for the intermediate cycle on that 100 coin and not have done Island Hop. And those are going to translate to the only deficit that he's going to have. Both of these players playing pristine Mario 64 at this current moment.
Nice triple jump landing on the top of the fortress there.
He even gets an early double jump clip onto the platform, and I'm pretty sure that saves time too.
Yeah, that fence clip is, I think, the fastest strat to get up there, but it's pretty precise to actually get without getting bopped away from the fence.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I was also talking about the sliding platform. He landed really early on that platform, and I'm pretty sure that saves a couple frames too.
Oh yeah, you're exactly right.
That was really, really cool. And I'm gonna call a 12-6. I don't think V1RO can do it twice in a row, but listen, I'd love to be proven wrong.
12-7 for me. I think the same, but I think it might just be a tad bit more sloppy. And what do you know? 2 for 2. Looks like the crystal ball is clearing up today. Let's see, I think Benji will actually be consistent, though, with the double 12-6.
3L3 Damos in the chat. or in the house rather. Not really in the chat. A little busy in the booth commentating this race.
You got V1RO and wing cap stage. Let's see some good arcs.
All right, all right, all right. Commentator's apparent Matthew McConaughey impression. Not that impressive, but what is impressive is V1RO's arcs.
And
Pretty
Benji's
optimized flying
double
here.
12 sixes, ultimately evening out with V1RO's 7 and 5.
Indeed, and V1RO going to be headed here into Bowser in the Dark World, a little ahead of his opponent. Has that temporary lead.
Oh, Benji!
Benji misses
a little
a
bit too
point.
low on that arc.
And that is a substantial, that's actually pretty decently sized. Probably going to give up the lead that he got doing Pro Cycle for sure. But I think he still is in the lead given the Island Hop. But even Island Hop doesn't save that much time.
But that backup, though, for the tech skip was super, super clean.
Oh, Benji missing Shig here, though.
V1RO
sorry, not
apparently
V1RO,
turning
V1RO.
into Benji. This will be a very interesting race as the players suddenly transform into each other midway through.
For sure. Neither of these players from the United States, and so they are identical people to me.
Said the European.
I'm not actually European, I just live here right now. I am from the US.
I mean, isn't like where you are sort of like determine your nationality, or do I just look at nationality in like the most basic way that has nothing to do with like a person's culture and standing?
Well, you have certainly proved yourself to be a little more American than myself. Benji, meanwhile, zipping through. Looks like he's going to be able to make this Shig. Oh,
barely
no.
missing it.
Yeah, barely missing it.
About equivalent to V1RO's Dark World, though, so not a huge issue. The Island Hop time save might have already been accounted for, but it is still ultimately time save. We're about to see that take place here. I believe that the Bowser fight should be shorter than Sky Jump and all the movement associated with it.
Indeed. And it's crazy how many, like, it's crazy how many little mistakes we've seen, but how pristine both of these runs are from these runners. The only mistakes are missing cycles in Dark World, missing a couple coins on Benji's side, and yeah, slightly worse cycle for V1RO. So very, very clean play from both players.
V1RO heads on up for his Sky Jump, picking on up the slope.
And yeah, it does look like Benji has a slim, slim lead here. It does take him a little longer to get out of here than it will take V1RO to get into CCM himself. But Benji just very slightly ahead of his opponent here.
Yep, touches that door at 53. V1RO going to be touching it probably at 11 flat. Yep. And so about 7 seconds of lead for Benji at the moment. Let's see if that can hold through the coolest of cool mountains. Starting on off with wall kicks will work. Interesting camera angle. You don't really see that too often. Goes for the safe strat. Safety kind of weird after going for Island Hop, but I can still respect it. V1RO going all the way in, though, with the maining strat. Big difference there was Benji was mashing A to ensure that he got that wall kick. And with the backup movement, that is actually still faster than the beginner movement. But V1RO going all in on the full advanced strat that saves about 2 seconds or so over what Benji just did.
Benji also doing CCM 18 here. Very interesting. A couple of viewers wondering exactly what Island Hop is, what the difference in route was, even though it's converged now. Basically, the star that V1RO did right before coming here into CCM over in Bob-omb Battlefield, it is considered required to get the wing cap in order to do that star, in order to fly up to the island. However, if you do a perfect, precise first frame wall kick into a double jump dive off the mezzanine or the mountain, you can actually reach that island without using the wing cap. It is technically slower than using the wing cap, but it does mean that you don't have to enter Bob-omb Battlefield a second time, which means it does save time in the 70-star route. Usually runners only go for it because of how precise it is. They only go for it when going for PB or world record. But Benji decided to go for it in the context of a marathon, which is extremely gutsy and did pay off. V1RO, in the meantime, doing CCM17 here, so going to be trying for a double pillarless on this route.
Yeah, we're really seeing all the differences in 70 routing compiled all together in 2 runs right now. Players virtually playing the opposite of each other. But what they're not doing the opposite of is the execution level. Both these guys are playing exceptionally well at the moment.
Absolutely. And V1RO looks like having pretty perfect CCM slide, of course. Can't afford to miss that coin. Benji, meanwhile, picking up a safety coin here. Does not want to give up whatever lead he still has. But that lead is dwindling because V1RO is playing the braver strategies. Very interesting. Oh my god, just as I say that. Commentators, Chris, hitting V1RO a brief second if he misses that star with the long jump.
You know, Benji did miss a coin going into the cabin, and he just missed one on the arc, so he only has no more coins to miss. The safety red was a great play. Let's see if he's able to get the rest of these just fine, though. Hopefully the penguin will stay out of his way. He'll be able to collect all of these at the end here. Okay, he's good to go. A little bit stressful.
Bounce there. But picks it up very, very well, well chosen from Benji. And even waits for that penguin. Looks like might have caused some problems for him. V1RO starting with a secret bookcase star. Interesting choice.
Yeah, there's an argument for both sides of whether you should go for Boo first or second. I typically prefer to go for it first, just because it does tend to be a harder star for me personally. But getting bookcase out of the way first is also definitely respectable, just to kind of familiarize yourself and like realize like, okay, I'm in BBH now. This is kind of what I have to do as intro movement, because the intro movement is a little bit weird. You have to remember to do a cam just before you enter the doorway for Boo Star, so things can get a little bit awkward sometimes.
Co-commentator trying very hard to show us how unbiased he is. Seems to have something to prove. Seems like a lady doth protest too much kind of situation. But definitely good to see him not taking sides in the great war of Big Boo or Balcony Star first. Or rather, which balcony first? Because technically that is Big Boo's balcony.
Yep. And it's also worth noting, let's see if Benji goes for it, but V1RO actually got his second hit on Big Boo with the crouch that he then used for the long jump. A decently advanced strat. Once you've practiced it a while, some runners say that it's pretty easy, but it can still mess up every now and again. Mario doesn't slide too far in the crouch, so you have to be pretty precise with when you do it. Let's see if Benji goes for it. Nope, going for the punch instead. A bit safer. Does put the Boo a little further away from you, but doesn't lose very much time at all. Maybe a second, if that. So now V1RO, the first of 2 pluses. Big bomb. Tama. Let's see if he's able to get through here. The double jump is good, and what a speedy plus. Wow, that was pristine.
You know what's crazy? V1RO is doing everything he needs to do. Doing CCM17, double Tama. I'd like to see how these secrets go. But Benji, who has been doing overall like the less advanced strategies, still by doing Island Hop has clearly demonstrated his opponent to be a filthy casual. And so no matter what V1RO does, he just simply cannot satisfy the commentators or the audience.
You know, now, in an interesting twist, it looks like V1RO might be going for HMC early, interestingly enough. Because he didn't even attempt another plus that time. He just went straight for Talon. Let's see how Benji's plus goes. Tama as well.
Only lose a second.
Now that double jump was a little bit of a Monka-esque, but seemed to work out for him. And yeah, V1RO, I think, is just going to be hopping right on out of here. Unless he's just deciding that he's so good at plus that he doesn't need any backup stars. But I think we're going to see him head over to LLL now. Yep.
Yeah, it looks
so
like
HMC early confirmed.
Now, there's a couple things that runners can do here. The next fastest stars, if you choose to skip CCM 18 and the second pillarless, there's a couple stars that you can do. The next fastest star is probably Snowman's Land Reds, and all runners go for that. The next fastest is THI Reds, which is almost as fast as SL Reds, if not as fast. I'm not sure exactly, but the problem is it's extremely risky, so you have to be very sure of yourself going for it. So what most runners tend to do, especially in the case of a marathon, is what they'll do the Toxic Maze Star, which is a little bit slower than those other stars, but a lot safer and a lot less likely to die and lose a bunch of time. Let's see what V1RO goes for here, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll see Toxic Maze SL Reds. I'm not really expecting a
so.
THI Reds.
I would love to see one, though.
Yeah. In fact, I believe it is a tad faster than SL Reds, but of course, as you said, very risky. You take one slip up inside of the island, and all of that potential time save of like maybe a second or so is just completely negated.
I wouldn't be surprised to find out that it's one of those stars where the community gold is technically fastest, but the average movement probably doesn't actually beat out SL Reds per se.
I could definitely see that, because you have to go for some kind of risky movement when you're going inside the mountain.
Yes, indeed. One of the benefits of not knowing the nuances of star times is it gives a lot of space for us to conjecture completely aimlessly about the theory crafting of this category. Props to V1RO for giving us the opportunity.
Yep, so now Benji entering Volcano for Elevator Tour first.
Elevator Tour first? Very interesting choice from Benji.
I mean, I can certainly sympathize with it, although you can, if you get really lucky, use Elevator Tour as a backup for Lava Boost, depending on how exactly you fail it. And V1RO clipping right on over the fence to grab this hot log rolling star. Benji heading back in the Volcano for Lava Boost. Let's see what form he goes for. I'm expecting long jump, but yeah, long jump it is.
That looks like a long jump boost from Benji. Once again, suboptimal strategy here. I could forgive the CCM 18. Obviously, you want to avoid that sound glitch on the JP version, but I think this is the first. This is the first that we've seen Benji really go for the lesser optimal strat outside of that single pillarless.
V1RO with the pro ending to that lava boost, very, very nicely executed.
Gorgeous lava boost from V1RO.
Benji getting a little bit of dust, trying to fly on over for hot log rolling. Should be good to go though. Bonks into the wall, hoping that that'll grab him the star, but just the wrong angle. Is V1RO heading into the Volcano yet again for Elevator Tour?
Absolutely gorgeous movement from V1RO and Benji to boot as well. Commentator repeating himself to boot and as well, both accomplishing the same function in the sentence. Quite redundant. Commentator needs to brush up on the nuances of English. But
it's a very nuanced language. I think that can be forgiven.
But you know who doesn't need to brush up on their Super Mario movement? V1RO, who is already in HMC, as Benji is also exiting LLL, going back in for one more star. But I don't even know who's ahead. I feel like we're not going to find out who's ahead until we reach Tippy at the rate that these players are playing.
Yep, that's exactly right with this difference in route and how quick a lot of the HMC stars. It can be hard to tell who exactly is in the lead. V1RO narrowly missing the star with his dive. Has to do a quick little backup to
V1RO, showing us that North American aim once again in Hazy Maze Cave.
And now let's see. Now that he's got triple box jump out of the way, he may decide to go for Toxic Maze here. I'm not exactly sure. Chat probably freaking out telling me that V1RO always goes for THI Reds, but unfortunately can't see chat.
Emergency exit.
And that left side movement, fairly consistent. Definitely easier to do optimally than the right side movement, despite the right side saving, I believe, half a second or so.
I just do right side because I like not dying. That ground pound is RNG manipulation for those boulders. Let's see how it works out. Looks like it worked out well.
Yeah, that second one coming a little bit close for comfort, but still perfectly fine.
That dust almost got him a hit. Very cute kicking against the wall, though.
Yeah, no, Benji working his way through some chests. Really tight swimming so far.
Yeah, beautiful swimming from Benji. Wouldn't be surprised to see it also from V1RO. These two players are just unbelievable rising stars in this game, in this category. To see two players like this in constant world record contention, even, I would say both of these players are solid contenders. Definitely for 47, but also for world record on top of that. And considering how short a time they've spent at the forefront in the spotlight, it is quite astonishing, especially when you compare it to like veteran legends like Pinkation and D Whatever, who are the most recent world record holders. V1RO showing us a little bit of bonk action here. Very cool to see rising stars shoot up to the top as Benji shoots up to the top of the water surface here, doing a backside.
Oh, misses the fin though. This can be a little bit weird to back up. He didn't have the speed there. He's just going to go behind the fin now, try for the double jump strat. And I don't believe V1RO actually got Toxic Maze, so... Oh, Benji eating major lag, tries for the dive, and just not quite working out. At least now he'll have another opportunity at the side flip. There he goes.
Floating under that fin, not a big deal in VC or MU, but for N64, the amount of lag that you eat, it is disgustingly difficult, especially if you're not used to lag when you do back sub.
And that lag can be really bad about eating inputs sometimes, or just like you try to jump where you naturally think the timing should be, and because of the lag, you're way off and Mario's still midair. Benji going in on Manta. Let's see if this gives him any trouble. He's got those first two just fine. And there he goes. Very nice. V1RO gets a pretty decent chest to boot.
Yeah, just to round that out, the two worst things, in my opinion, to have to do when you're eating unexpected lag are wall kicks and slope jumping. By far the two worst things. And it kind of manifests in Dire Dire Docks and in Wet Dry World when you break that box.
Oh yeah, breaking that box at the top of the cage is the worst.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just real nuts, like dealing with any kind of unexpected lag. Just not the thing to have to deal with. But Benji coasting here, trying to hit that lava boost. Does seem to be on point for it. Decides to go for a little booty burn. Oh my gosh!
Oh, and the low pull grab. That'll be it for lava boost. Early LEs is still on the table. The wall kicks are good.
Very much alive.
Also, V1RO getting a much cleaner rear sub.
Yeah, very easy early LEs as long as he doesn't make a mistake here.
And he's got that red. Just needs a triple jump. Oh, nope, not even a triple. Just gets the ledge grab off the double. Now, probably going to have to deal with a bad ending, unfortunately, but at least he's not losing that much time overall. Still losing a little bit compared to Lava, but...
Oh, he could have done good ending here.
But takes the
didn't want to go for it. He's probably not used to it.
Barely avoids that second burn. Wow.
Yeah, but jumps really early and wall kicks just to get the coin, which means he's going to have to retake this jump.
Still fine. Better than taking a burn, honestly. I mean, it's time loss, but it could have been worse. Nice presence of mind there. Looks like he saved there. He may have brought the cursor over right as he hit A, but looks like he took a quick little save file. V1RO heading on in for his own Fire Sea. That nice little angle at the beginning to make the jump just travel a little bit faster without the strafe. Let's see how this wall kick goes. He's going for the old movement. Okay. You see a decent number of runners complain that the new movement feels a bit awkward to them, and so they actually prefer this older movement despite how it requires a tighter performance on the rest of the stage.
It's very interesting because V1RO is certainly an up-and-comer, a newer player at the top of the scene, but he's playing like a total boomer right now.
But still, that's the best gameplay from a boomer I've seen, saving a little bit more time over Benji with a lava boost cycle. He's able to take the very nice ending here. As Benji is going to head right upstairs real quick.
And V1RO saving a lot of time over Benji for sure. You are absolutely right, Electric. We are headed into Wet Dry World for Benji. And that lead is not all that huge considering that V1RO has an entire level behind his belt, or in his belt.
Yeah, It's still hard to designate who exactly is in the lead. I'm thinking that Benji does still have the lead by just a little bit, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe. I think that I guess V1RO does have an extra star to go, and he's gonna lose a little time not getting that MIPS 50. Or he has 2 stars really, because he did not do Toxic Maze. He does have 2 stars to go. Benji has only 1 star in comparison, and it is that free MIPS 50 star. Everything else that these players have to do is about identical. Oh my god.
The amp shock there, but just losing him a little bit of time. Very, very clean movement on the rest of the star, though. That staircase movement with the 2 side flips can be pretty tricky, especially getting that second side flip on such a narrow platform. Now, Benji misses his safety coin in probably the strangest place I've ever seen it. Goes for a very safe chuck you throw. Didn't even really need it due to how just dead that spray was. Sometimes the RNG just decides, these coins will have no velocity. Now, we've got the double jump kick coming out from V1RO. And the triple jump awning wall kick is good. Very, very nice execution on this elevator tour star. Or, sorry, express elevator star. There's no tour involved here, unless you're just touring the midsection of the town inside a cage.
Well, it's a little tour. Depending on your playstyle, at least by my playstyle, I do wind up taking a whole tour of the town. Just like to state a quick disclaimer. This match, of course, you know that we have a lot of pre-recorded matches. This match is 100% live. These players are right here in a little Discord call, broadcasting their feeds to us right now. And Benji falling.
Oh, and that star was so good before that. He got the double jump kick and the awning wall kick, but not quite able to finish it out. Fortunately, he's able to get up on top of the elevator before it ascends back to its default position. And yes, as my co-com said, this is a live race with pre-recorded commentary. How we were able to know how this race went, we have no idea, but the race itself, of course, is live.
And one viewer actually accusing commentators of being phonies, and I quite frankly take offense to that. I've never said an unauthentic word in my life. I've never sold out. I am very, very genuine. And if you like being genuine, get yourself a genuine subscription to the Speedrun channel, absolutely free. Download Golf Clash through the Onyx app, play and earn points, get 500 Onyx, get a free subscription.
Y'all knew it was coming. Don't try to tell me you didn't. So V1RO going in on his own 100 coin. Has a little bit of time he can save over Benji. Not a whole lot, though. Oh, the Skeeter bopping him, and Mario getting his revenge.
He's gonna have to back this up.
Oh, boy, okay.
Oh, he's gonna have to do a different star.
Oh, okay, the best back... Exiting course, okay.
Did he finish? Did he do all of the stars?
I think he did everything except 100 coins, so...
Oh my gosh, that is disastrous.
Yeah, so...
And Benji's back in. Benji is back in the lead, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Benji ever was out of the lead, but definitely firmly in the driver's seat now.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that probably was the best backup possible that V1RO just accomplished there. Oh, he's already missed 2 coins, though. Gonna have to pick at least one of these up. And of course, they're both floating around as far out of his way as possible. Nice speed kick back up there, though. Let's hope the Skeeter treats him a little bit better today. There we go. So I believe it was either Wilco or D whatever that I've talked to before about, like, if you miss those blues, what the best backup is. And they were saying that doing secrets instead, like secrets alone, would probably be the best option there. But I think like the second half of that is like combine the ending of 100 coin with a different star, and V1RO just didn't have that. Because 100 coin isn't really viable with reds, unfortunately, in 70.
The reason I don't like secrets there is that you haven't done any secrets yet, really. So like, I feel like the best thing to do is just shocking arrow lifts. You're right next to that warp point.
Yeah, that would be it, actually.
Or you could go for elevator, because you're actually just next to that elevator as well. You're going to be doing that triple jump onto the slope and stuff. I feel like either of those stars would probably be a good contender. I don't like going for elevator only on a mentality level, because you don't want to go for probably like technically the hardest strategy, the hardest star in Wet Dry World. You don't want to be going for the hardest one right after making a mistake of that caliber. But if your mentality can take it, I would say definitely go for the express elevator. But generally speaking, I'd say like back it up with the easiest star, shocking arrow lifts, and it's right there.
Yeah, I think that'd be the most ideal, especially because of how quick it is.
And
V1RO
there it is.
confirming THI Reds. Let's go. Let's see if he's able to have untilted from that 100 coin mistake. And it just goes to show how unforgiving this game can be. The only mistake he made there was trying to kick that Skeeter a little bit too early. And the game just said, oh, you're giving me room to mess with you? Okay, I'll take it.
And
he's in the mountain. Let's see how this goes.
I might be forgetting, but I'm pretty sure that's the only major mistake he's made all race.
I believe you're right.
Benji's made a couple of decent-sized mistakes. V1RO missing a wall kick there. Not a huge deal. Does lose a little time, though.
And Benji gets a firstie off the log, so he's actually able to get up the mountain just a tiny bit faster than normal. Gets a firstie off that first slope, though, but wall kicks a little bit later to account for it on the second wall. He's got that waterfall star in his belt. Very nice. Let's see V1RO's secrets now. Benji's going up for the top of the mountain
takes
star.
another bonk.
At least he made it up on the platform, though. I've seen a lot of people bonk before ending up on that platform, and then you are in danger of taking a burn, and it's a whole thing. It's a mess, but V1RO just takes that quick bonk time loss, and he's good. And, okay, wait. He landed on what looked like the very edge of that platform. Did he do a slow get-up? It looked like a fast get-up to me.
I don't. It wasn't on the edge though. He was definitely away from the warp point. He was far enough inside that he didn't have to worry about the warp point.
Okay, yeah. I didn't think that he grabbed the coin, but it still looked dangerously close to that warp. We got Benji, no breezeless attempt, just going right for the breeze.
Yeah, Benji gonna be promptly disqualified from Division 1 for not going for breeze. But I guess we'll forgive it because, well, quite frankly, he's on some sick pace, and I'm pretty sure he's on 48 pace right now.
Yeah, this is a pretty decent run. He's made a couple of mistakes here and there, but ultimately nothing super major. I don't think anything really on the caliber of V1RO having to quit out of 100 coin like he did.
Yeah, he missed Lava Boost in Fire Sea, missed a couple reds in Wind Cap. I don't think what else.
Benji
missed a coin
skips a
here.
red here.
Yeah.
Be able to back it up very nicely. With the lag on this mountainside, it can be kind of difficult to back things up, especially when your standard movement doesn't quite go the way you're expecting it to.
It looks like V1RO going to be getting out of THI mercifully.
Yeah, heading on over to the tallest of tall mountains, which Benji is right at the end of. Just has to blast to a lonely mushroom using a crazy box. Has a little bit of a strange angle, it looked like. I think he just didn't quite get the angle that he was wanting from the very starting position. Or maybe he just wanted to make sure he'd avoid that Goomba. That's one of the very few Goombas that can really impact your run if it's just spawned in just the wrong spot. V1RO with Breezeless. Yeah. It's good!
Ooh,
nice!
Very good. V1RO needed that. And a lot of confusion from our viewers right now. I'm not sure if these games are playing live or not. I think Electric covered it. I just want to repeat it. The games are live. It's just the commentary that's pre-recorded.
Yep. How we were able to acknowledge chat asking that during a pre-recorded comms is beyond me. I mean, that's above my pay grade. But yeah, that's what's happening.
It's darn good writing. That's what I'm gonna say.
V1RO also got a firstie on that waterfall star wall kick, but also able to back it up very nicely. Benji with some deep freeze action.
Beautiful deep freeze coming out from Benji. Fastest star in the game, and he does it justice. V1RO going to be entering back in here.
Yeah, even the wall kicks will work clip strat for single star. It's still not faster. That one, if you perform it at the most optimal level, I believe you can get like a lower 5-second time on deep freeze, which is just wild. V1RO makes it to the top of the mountain very nicely as Benji gets a very clean ground pound to go ahead and finish off this Whirl Star.
And yeah, just everything kind of cleaning up here. V1RO not making any major mistakes. Looks like he is going to be going for the blast to the lonely mushroom. Ooh, a little bit of a swipe error. Oh, very an ambitious strat there, not choosing to move to the left on the forward-facing box jump.
Well, that's actually like I tend to see that a little bit more commonly than the strat where you have the crazy box slam into the wall the first time. What was weird about that though was his camera angle. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get a straight on camera angle like that. Normally you keep the same camera angle that he'd started with there, and you hold left, maybe a slight bit down left, and then right whenever it like lands the second time on the edge of the world, that's when you go ahead and hold like right to upright, and you'll always end up landing on the mushroom. And if you do it ideally, you'll end up rolling out right into the star. Typically, you see that wall setup more as a backup because it's a lot easier to identify your angle when you're trying to do it as a backup that way. But now, V1RO moving on into SL, Benji and HMC, both fairly quick stages. Benji has a little bit more castle movement ahead of him to get up to Tippy. Let's see who's able to take the lead as we're getting to this route convergence point. And remember, of course, V1RO does have to go grab that red coin star right quick at some point in this stage.
Indeed. Looks like we're probably going to be seeing that right now. Benji gets a nice, clean triple box jump. Remember, V1RO has already done this stage, which means that once V1RO is done in SL, he's going to be heading right up to Tippy. So not all that far behind. Gets a little bunk off of that box.
Tries to hit that Z button just a tad too late.
But important to remember, SL Reds is longer than any star, is the longest star that either of these players is going to have to do, and only V1RO is going to have to do it. So we're going to see what the status quo is once V1RO is done with SL Reds, and that's going to tell us a little bit more. Looks like we might be seeing it right now.
Yeah, we got Benji with the successful Christmas miracle. V1RO misses the box on his first approach. Now, shell movement is kind of weird in this game, especially with 70 star, where you don't really use it too often, unless you're not confident in pillarless. In fact, I don't think shell movement is seen anywhere else in the run besides this star and potentially on inside the pyramid.
Yeah, shell movement only if you aren't doing the pillarless strategy. You should really call it the shellless strategy. And Benji going to be picking up. Watch out for rolling rocks here. Of
just
course,
one more star and he's heading up to Tippy. But V1RO just has 2 quick ones left. Nice deep freeze.
We do see the shell in Bob-omb 100 coin, but that is in 120 star run.
Yeah, there's a few places it pops up in 120, but for 70, the only 2 would be SSL and then SL.
For sure. And both of them exceedingly rare. We are seeing runners more rapidly go for pillarless and not even try for SL Reds, as TTC 100 generally thought of as, even if you're not doing it optimally, it's just such good practice that incorporating it into your run as soon as possible generally is going to cause you to improve much more rapidly. And wow, V1RO might actually be ahead here.
Yeah, he's got a little bit easier of a time to move up through the castle, and he's already hitting that 50-star door, 49 seconds. Benji hitting it at about 52. This is a close one. Let's see how the respective tippies go. V1RO's going to be the first one to enter Rainbow Ride. Oh, not quite! And Benji could take this lead here. They are neck and neck now. V1RO just barely ahead, not even a second. Okay. Here's where it's about to get real. Benji going for Tricky first. Doing that left side movement. V1RO with Lakitu bounce.
But he's doing the single jump Lakitu bounce. That is so swaggy.
You know, doing that without the side flip is definitely a little bit weird. But very, very clean execution. Gets those wall kicks for the ending. Very, very nicely done. Benji still has to go for that star, although he did have a nice tricky triangles himself.
Make no mistake, it's a fake lead for Benji right now. Gonna be getting a little bit of Lakitu bounce coming out for Benji.
Yeah, he used that side flip movement. Okay, he's got the bounce good. The grab was very, very quick. Let's see what sort of ending he goes for. As V1RO is going to go in for Padronis' favorite star, Rainbow Ride Reds. And I thought he was going to slide back down the hill there. I was going to say very cleanly executed.
And Benji's done with Lakitu bounce, so that pretty much not dropping any spaghetti. If you're asking if we're going to get carpetless, I certainly hope so. But I wouldn't hold your breath, especially because it loses time in this route. So not even worth it to go.
Can't help himself. All he seems to talk about is Golf Clash and carpetless.
Someone say Golf Clash?
V1RO also with the left side. Tricky, but he doesn't go quite left enough. And there goes the lead right now to Benji for now. And let's see, V1RO, he's going to back this up. Looks like was swinging. He's going to be going for the flame shooter backup. This is a very tricky triple. But it's good. Okay. And now Benji just has to clean up reds, and he'll be headed on to the tickest, the talkest, the big old clock that kills runs.
Absolutely. And if you caught the last race, Benji.
Yeah, Benji on down. Didn't even collect the fifth red on his way down. Trying to figure out how exactly he'll back this up. Side flip wall kick seems to be the right idea. And I mentioned just like that, they're very close yet again. I think V1RO now going to claim the lead. Just barely coming out of Rainbow Ride. TTC will be the greatest of equalizers in this race. Let's see when they start moving again. V1RO started moving at about 30. Benji at about 32, 33. Both of them going on in for time stop clock. Let's see these TTC 100s side by side.
Yeah, indeed. And I've mentioned it before. Benji, one of the players, if you've seen his face cam in these tournaments, very, very well, kind of like mild-mannered.
Benji takes a death on TTC 100. Oh, no. V1RO lands that triple jump, though. He is feeling himself right now.
Unbelievable. And that is just unbelievable. You can see the frustration on Benji's face. He usually takes those mistakes in stride, but he's not here to mess around right now. Not happy with the performance that is happening right now.
And V1RO also not here to mess around with how clean this has been so far. He still has his safety red. Has to get a ledge grab there. That's not a major mistake.
Benji does again.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and V1RO's just breezing through here on this 100 coin.
He's good. Just gotta grab the star on top of the slump,
that was a high kick, though. Yeah, he's gonna get it, though. Oh, he got the extra coin, that's why.
Yeah, I definitely think grabbing the extra coin is always the right move in a race. It only loses like 2-3 seconds, and you really don't want to be in a position where you have to get that backup box. It's just so awkward. It's in Viswall City around that middle platform, and it just, everything about it just is waiting for a mistake to be made. Benji advancing a lot further into 100 coin this time around. Let's see if he's able to get through the danger zone. Nice movement up these boxes. Those double jumps and side flips can be a little bit wonky. Gets a wall kick off the wrong wall here.
All right,
V1RO with time-moving reds. Okay. This is something you never really see, and for good reason. But V1RO showing there's no reason it can't be done. Wow.
Or did he just decide to swag out?
I didn't see whether that was a fail on the triple jump wall kick time moving, but I mean, either way, that was about as clean as you could expect from time moving.
It's a god tier gamer decision.
Fun fact, Usamun, the creator of the practice ROM, this time moving reds actually has a strat, an expert strat made by him specifically, or at least named after him. That's pretty nutty. If you want to go watch it, look it up on the wiki on the stop time for red coins page. It has a video of it somewhere. It's insane.
Indeed, and everything's just going wrong. You know, time jumps are not on moving bars, and we're not stopping time for red coins. Players have absolutely no respect for the naming conventions of these stars. Ooh, Benji rolling into the cage, and looks like we've lost Benji's face cam. Certainly don't blame him. Probably just nice to take the focus off. Take the focus off of like your cam, like your presence, and just focus entirely on your game. Definitely not against that decision for Benji's mentality at this moment.
And not at all.
This race is not over, folks.
Benji going for Pendulum. Meanwhile, V1RO getting a hand. Very, very nicely executed.
V1RO has one more star to go.
Benji still has to grab 2 more in the clock. Looks like for whatever reason, he's not bothering to continue without saving for now. Kind of an interesting choice there. Maybe he's just a little bit nervous, doesn't want to save quit by accident. Give his opponent an even bigger lead. Getting a hand himself. Very nice. As V1RO heads up the clock for time stopped, time jumps. The only other time stop star he'll be doing. Very weird to only have 2 time stops in a run, but when you're confident in those moving reds, you can do anything.
And looks like V1RO could get a 49 here. Benji looks like he is on pretty decent 50 pace. Let's see how, might have been a slightly slower Toadstar. Probably just waiting for the text box to activate. And V1RO going to be heading here into Bowser in the Sky. And Benji, those ground pounds are minor time losses, but they're so extremely tilting to deal with.
No doubt. It just feels so wrong. I mean, in a lot of cases, all that's happening is you're hitting Z and A just too close together. You're hitting them separately, but the game just isn't able to register them separately sometimes.
Absolutely correct. And Benji going to be going for stop time for red coins. This is faster than moving reds. So even though it was a super swag-like backup, V1RO did lose time, missing that triple jump wall kick. So Benji might be able to save a little bit of time back on the star. Guess a sloppy end game, but he manages to pick it up.
And V1RO is just blazing through this end game. He has the woodblock movement clean. He's getting up these elevators, about to be in the Bowser fight. And yeah, about the only way you could save time with moving reds was if you use one of the most insane strats for it that basically is only single star viable.
Yeah.
At that point, it's, I think, maybe half a second slower. It might even be a little faster than time stop best movement, but you don't have to wait for the clock to get time stop.
Oh no, Benji just falling apart. He just can't get up there.
I mean, taking the extended rage pauses here.
Yeah.
V1RO already 2 throws in. It looks like the 49 is real. Oh, and of course, as soon as I say that, Bowser coming back. Nope, he's off the platform.
He's off the platform and taking a little bop.
Oh,
another
bop.
Get
hit again. Don't let him breathe fire. Don't do it. Okay. He's got a clean shot.
Wait, what?
Huh? How did that miss?
That's going to hit.
Yeah.
All right. And V1RO picks up the win, but Benji's going to be able to lock in quite a few points here. Going to do
Benji
slow
was
setup
going for moving
reds.
right side, didn't like his setup, and so he's going to be going for
right
standing
side.
left, and just wasn't able to hit A for the wall kick. But with that, V1RO picking up a 50-02.
Now, Benji has a shot at as many as 23, 24 points here. Probably going to be a little less, but let's see if he gets this right. So moving. No, he's just going to go for pole strat. I don't blame him. It's only a difference of like 1 point, most likely. So definitely nice to play on the safe side.
Oh, yeah. You definitely just want to finish up at this point. Oh, that save. Wow. I was afraid that kick was going to...
Oh! Don't fall. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, he's up there finally.
I
was really afraid that kick was going to be just a bit too low, and Mario can't ledge grab after a kick, but that kick was what saved him ultimately.
Holy cow! This is I mean, like the time loss is minor, but the things those mistakes do for your mentality, and when you're going into Bowser throws, which is so focus oriented, the worst thing to do is be tilted going into the Bowser fight. But it looks like Benji's picking it up. One more throw to go.
Let's see it. And it's good. Nice. At least he got a perfect fight. Gonna be finishing off with probably a 51, 30, 32, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be finishing within a minute and 30 seconds.
51-30, just erasing the timer immediately. So he's got 21 points under his belt. V1RO with 79. Wait, no, 69. Nice.
All
GG's to both of these runners. What a great run. Super close up into Tippy. GG's to both of these guys.
Benji was on 48 pace going into Tippy. Unfortunately, just took too many deaths, and V1RO just super solid throughout the run. Just that one single mistake in Wet Dry World 100 translated to a 49 pace and then missed a couple throws. Very unfortunate. Much love to both these players. Good games. Gonna see if we are getting an interview going on. We do have a couple minutes to boot. And yeah, I mean, that was just neck and neck all the way through, considering the route divergence. Benji pulling off that island hop so early on. Looks like we're going to be getting V1RO in real quick. V1RO, what's up? Congratulations on the win.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thanks, man.
Very, very nice run. Kind of interesting route. What made you go for HMC early, considering how well that first plus went?
Pillarless is like the most dangerous star, especially in a race. I don't think there's any reason to really risk it. Unless you really want the time save from the extra route, I'm comfortable with THI red, so I like to just do one pillarless and play it safe.
Makes sense.
Certainly very understandable, and it grabbed you the win this time. And I mean, what a wild tippy. What were your thoughts throughout that tippy? Were you nervous at all?
No, I wasn't nervous in tippy. I don't know. I have a lot of trouble with Bowser throws lately, and
yeah, unfortunate.
That Wet Dry World.
Yeah, the Wet Dry World. That's super rough. Do you always go for 100 coin last?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's real rough because at that point it's like you have nothing to back it up with, right?
Yeah, that's true. I've never thought about that because I've never like had to back up 100 coins ever.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never seen anybody have to do that before, but I guess that's something to think about. So I'll probably change that up from now on.
Especially for marathons where, you know, anything can happen. But definitely a strong showing from you, 49 pace into that pipe. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah,
that is going to be all the time we have right now, but we have more action coming up. It is Tabas versus Proto.
Yeah, nice little rematch of those Div 2 finals from Season 1. I'm really hyped to see this match. This will be a great one.
Yeah, me too. That's going to do it from me, but we will be back with more SM64 action. See you in a bit.
Yep. See y'all in just a sec. Don't go anywhere, folks.